All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is December 16th, Friday, December 16th, 2011. Um, we're going to go over all the trades that we took this morning. We actually only took two. Both of them lost. I'll tell you that right off the start. We are down the equivalent of 4 points times 3 contracts. Okay, 4 points times 3 contracts. That's what that is. We're down 48 ticks. We didn't take any YM trades this morning. The market was really, really choppy right up until the break this morning. We sat in one trade here. I'll show you. Well, let me just scroll back. I'll go back to the beginning. The first trade we took right after the open, right here. This was a George trade. We had a 3/4 tick outside of the box. We took the first pullback down to the BBC, rounding down with a limit order, and it didn't matter. The thing turned against us. Now from there, when it came over here, we didn't take this trade right here because it had this little gap in here, and because we needed a new bubble, and myriad of reasons. But I had pointed out here, I drew this trend line in after this little bottom was put in. I drew that trend line in saying that right there could be the bottom for a while, or it could be a turning point in the market. And the market got stuck in a channel. It was about a 5-point channel. Up here it came out of it. Okay, we went up into the zone. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Alright, excuse me, nice on the recording. We came out of the zone. We went right into the weekly trading zone here, so we couldn't take any long trades, but then we got above the zone and pulled back into it. The BBC was at the top of it. We took a long trade right there because we had a bubble, fresh bubble, first pullback after the fresh bubble. Higher swing. We took the long trade and we were in that thing for about 45 minutes. It just went sideways. I know that doesn't look like 45 minutes, but it certainly felt like 45 minutes when it was happening. Finally, it stopped me out over here, and that was my second loss of the morning. Okay. And then the market meandered this way. We had a fresh bubble. The BBC needed to get down below the box right here, and when it did get down below the box, it didn't pull back far enough to enter us, even with an MIT order. It didn't pull back far enough to enter us. So the market sort of ran away here on the 4-tick range. We didn't have a chance to enter over there. Now, over here on the 10K, let's take a look at where we were. We entered that long trade we were in, right over here, I believe. It was this pullback right here. It was actually a little above that. We entered at the top of the range. So we entered up here, and it pulled back down to the BBC right here. And I had considered it was going to pull back down to the BBC when I entered the trade. And I said, we may feel a little pain in this as it pulls back to the BBC, and it did. Then it moved up off it, back up a tick above our actual entry position. I think only one partner got out of that with any profit. I think at least only one partner said he did. He took 1 tick profit in here. Then the market turned against us, and we had stopped out over here. This right here was the first pullback after the bearish cross on the 10K. Now, if you look at it over here on the 2100, it looks a lot nicer on the 2100. All right. I didn't take this trade. This was right at the break. I don't think anybody took that trade. I'm pretty sure nobody did. But it was there. Okay. The pullback to the BBC, the pullback to the BBC, and the BBCs were all pretty well lined up. The YM this morning was the same way. We got into this choppy period right here. This is when I was long on the ES. We were just waiting to see what the market was going to do. And so it turned down and it rolled over on us. And that was pretty much it. That was our morning. There was not much to do today. We don't have a trade right here on this chart anyway. We don't have a trade on the 2100 because the cycle's headed up. We don't have a trade on the 10K because the cycle is in the wrong spot. Now over here, one thing worth noting is we pierced the bottom of the envelope right here on the 10K, suggesting we're going to get a 5 to 6 point move down. The price was up at 1221 at the time, and it dropped about 8 or 9 points down from there. Okay, I think we also had a pierce of the envelope on the 2100. Let's just take a look at that. Yeah, we had a pierce of the envelope from the bottom right here with a green trend strength line. Price was in about the same spot, so that happened on both of those time frames at once. That is pretty much it. I wish I could have made that thing last a little longer. does anybody have any questions about that trade? About any trades? Anyone? Okay. I'm guessing no. All right. Well, that said, I'm going to shut the recording off, and then we can load.